Okay, what is up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MKU Primetime. Bringing you guys some D4 today. I don't know how long it's been since we've been to D4, but we are back. Of course, I'm not alone. I am joined with the wonderful, the lovely, the handsome Dragmire.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Squidz, and you're you're definitely like all of those yourself. So
Dude, love is mutual. But yeah, we have a Sweatyzard versus Gungnir today, and I'm really hoping I didn't butcher that the uh the name Gungnir because that's how I've always pronounced them. And because if I find out it's like Gungnir or something and I've just sounded like a complete idiot this entire time, then well, I don't know. But yeah.
I mean, you
Um
never know, cause languages are difficult for sure sometimes.
dude, I have not taken French since primary school, so it's been I don't know, it's been like at least 10 years. So
Yeah.
right, so
Uh,
yeah, Gungnir versus Sweatyzard X. Sweatyzard X, before going into this weekend, were 4-0-2, however, did unfortunately find a loss versus Fatal Aces, so they are now sitting still at a respectable 4-0-3. And Gungnir, on the other hand, I don't think we have the results from them just yet for their first match, but they were equally at 4-0-2 going into this weekend. So they are similarly to Sweatyzard, they are either 4-0-3 now, or they may have had the better deal today in their first match and is now possibly sitting at 5-0-2, which would be pretty. I think being 5-0-2 is a pretty good spot for making playoffs. Obviously, it's not guaranteed. They've just got to try and not choke the rest of the season if that is the case. And as you can see, lineups on the screen. And I don't know about you, Dragmire, but I'm seeing kind of a recurring theme here with these 12 players, or at least 11 of them.
I mean, I'm seeing one black sheep, and that's one player from Belgium. Rest of them all from France. France, obviously a very active scene, has been like one of the bigger scenes for Mario Kart for years. So it's like super cool to see like these new French teams that aren't like
Mm.
the big boys from back in the day.
You do say new. Sweatyzard's actually kind of been around for a good. Well, I don't want to, pinpoint a date
Yeah,
because I don't know, but they've been around for a bit now, I think.
they definitely have. They have been around since almost since AD released. Like it's been a good while at
Yeah,
least. But
it's been
like for me,
a
they're
few years, yeah.
new.
They've done well to make it up to D4. I will give it to them. This is Sweatyzard X is Team One. Am I correct in that? I think so.
Yeah, X is
Yes,
team
because
one and Y is
yeah,
team
and yes. All right. So on the side of Gungnir, we have Winter, Loic, Sorata, Texo, Zeef, and Fast. On the side of Sweatyzard X, we have Alberto, who is kind of on a tear in this division right now. Before this stream started, we were just kind of talking about some of the indivs and oh, actually, hang on, no, I might be thinking. Hang on, I have to double check. That's Francisco, and
Yeah,
Francisco's not there. What is this?
Francisco's not there, and
We've
he's
been
the
done,
division
Dragma.
MVP. Yeah, that's the division
We've been done.
MVP
Where
so
is he?
far.
He's missing. The god Francisco with an average of 122 is not showing up in this match. Now that's actually kind of interesting because it makes you wonder how will Sweatyzard do without one of their best players?
Yeah, it will be super interesting to see. From what I know, like their whole lineup is definitely not bad. So even
Well,
if
yeah, of
they're like
course.
their best player, I'm sure they can definitely put up a good effort and maybe win this match in either way. So, but it will be cool. Like it's definitely a different dynamic when you don't have your clear MVP this far in the season playing.
Yeah. Um Now just gonna really quickly brush over some of the players I see here. Some of the names I recognize the most obviously would be the French Loic, Sorata, and Texo. Sorata's also doing pretty damn well with an average of, I think, over 100 so far in this division in the first 6 matches, obviously not including the last one. And Benny, I mean, who doesn't know Benny, right?
Yeah, who doesn't know Benny? He's been around since forever. Always been like a positive part of the community. I feel like
Mhm.
everyone loves Benny.
Right, and as for the POVs, as you could very quickly see there, we are going to have 2 POVs on the side of Sweatyzard X, as unfortunately I don't think we were ever given a stream from Gungnir's side, which is fine. It just means we're going to have to watch this stream purely from the side of Sweatyzard X.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't get a situation where like Sweatyzard is top 6 and we have like no idea what's going on in the back. But yeah, we'll hope it's we'll hope the teams are like more evenly spread out, so we can actually see what happens in both the front and the back.
Yeah, and it looks like Sweatyzard with their top presence are going to get their first track pick, being Wario Stadium, a classic. I mean, I say that, top presence. There's only 1-3-8, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about this track pick if you're 1-3-8, because like it's a really good like group front run track, and kind of like Gungnir have a better group in the front right now. If those were the thoughts.
I actually do kind of agree with you. I think when it comes to straight up like running, I think Gungnir has a little bit more running power than Sweatyzard X does. Either way, we're going to get straight underway watching Jati Pietro's POV. That's a lovely name. Green Shine in 4th right now. The Wario, I think, is on the side of Sweatyzard. So double greens in 6th. Unfortunately, going to get bumped into the off-road. He's going to be finding himself in 9th right now. Might get a cheeky little green on Zeef, and not quite, but he did take out someone else, so I didn't quite see who that was.
Yeah, it was really hard to see who that hit, because like we didn't see the name bar at all, so we just know someone got hit. Ninth place, lost some spots unfortunately, like missed one zipper, got hit out of course, and yeah, that's all it takes to distract and fall to the back. And it's
Winter. Going to be finding a banana to the face right there. I do wonder how much of Gungnir in the back, because that might be a decent chunk of them. I'm starting to think so. There is Kiki back here in 12th, if that is any consolation for Gungnir, but
I wonder who's last, because if it's Gungnir in last, they kind of start to like beat the shock.
I do believe it is, but also, if anything, more importantly, who's that in the top spots? Because obviously in the minimap, all we can do is just look at some Waluigi's just kind of moving at that snail's pace. But
I mean, lots of Sweatyzard, like they have 3, 4, 6. Like this is super solid for Sweatyzard.
They make that 3, 4, 5 quad shrooms in 5th for Jati Pietro right now.
Did I take 7 as well? The back of the rear view, I think I did.
May as well.
Have like, oh, they have 2nd.
That might be a top 2. That horn is going to connect.
Oh, did it hit?
It did, yes. And just like that, that's going to be a 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, for Team Sweatyzard X.
Oh, 2 through 5. That's a super good race for Sweatyzard X. And the track working out.
I mean, yeah. We were literally talking about how we weren't entirely too sure about the track pick going into the race. And granted, Gungnir did hold top 2 for what I would imagine was the majority of that race, but that horn did absolutely wonders and definitely flipped things a lot more in the favor of Sweatyzard X. And I did see there was a lot of bottom spots being held by Gungnir. I didn't quite see what it was. Was that a bottom 3? It was a bottom 3. Yes, a bottom 3 for Gungnir. So they're going to opt to go for the RMC GBA Mario pick. Might try to opt to bag for some shocks, which it is going to pick. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, getting this track pick is actually so huge, because like when you get bad momentum like that, you definitely want to turn it around as fast as possible, and having a track like this is just so good to mix things up, like get some spots here and there, and not be like all the way in the back for the whole team.
I mean, I do want to bring up the fact that there is a handful of bagging tracks in this game, right? There are the obvious ones, and whilst this one is a fairly common one, it's not quite as good as, say, like Cheeseland or Dry Desert for obvious reasons. It's a lot shorter, and there's not quite as much off-road to cut off. Though as I say that, Jati Pietro going straight into first, making me bite my words a little bit, taking the shroom.
And it was like a really well done display. He didn't even touch the wheel, so very good driving this far by yeah, but like you said, there's definitely other tracks. This track only have two sets of boxes as well. If you don't go for that, it's tough in the beginning. And that's really good for runners, honestly. It's like, that's why Improve is kind of good to front run, because there's only two sets, so you can't really get items.
Right, going into the all-important lap 3 now. Top 2 being held on the side of Sweatyzard X. Is there a shock that's going to be pulled? I don't think there is, because we do see a lot of people in dodges at the back, at the very back. If it comes, it's going to come now. Blue shell being held on the side of Sweatyzard X. That bomb was, wow, very, very good bomb. From what I assume was from Zeef.
And I think this is good for Gungnir. I see a lot of Gungnir in mid spots and my spots.
Very, very nice backspam on this.
Oh no, top 3 for Sweatyzard.
Top 3, 5, 9, 10 from Sweatyzard.
This is looking rough for Gungnir.
I do wonder what that would have been if that bomb did not connect. That would have been an absolutely devastating race.
Yeah, as a neutral watcher, the bomb was so important. Like, or else the race would be like so uneven and the difference would be even bigger. But yeah, plus 36 after 2 races. Can't really like hope for much more, honestly. Like, that's a really good way to start a war.
Yeah, and as I said, there is the Cheeseland and a little bit of dry desert sprinkled on the top as well. But Sweatyzard, they're gonna get their track pick, and so with a very strong race on RMC, what I think was a top 3, was it top 3, 5, 9?
Yeah.
They're gonna see if they can try and hold these top spots, as you know, as we know, TikTok clock. Fairly technical track, and it's kind of easy to just run away with this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, the spot you have after the first lap is usually what you get at the end of the race.
Yeah.
Because it's no real shortcuts aside from this, but everyone should be able to do this when you get to like a higher level. So yeah, you definitely just go as fast as possible on that lap 1, get a good spot, and just keep it going for the rest of the race. And hope there's no shock.
The Kiki getting a very nice little trail on Texo there. That's going to help Sweatyzard's chances even more, as Jati Pietro just not able to get that red out in time. So he's going to find himself back with his teammates in 8th and 9th. Still not looking terrible, though, I don't think. Kiki is up here in 4th, though I say that. Is that a top 3 for Gungnir?
I do think Sweatyzard have first, don't they?
Yeah. I do think... Well, at the end of the day, I think we're going to have to see what Loic does with this red. Oh, he's going to try and slow down, try and take out Kiki, but Kiki is going to be the victor in that little battle. Winter now holding a red in 2nd place.
Yeah, but will he use it? Because he doesn't know that that Kiki only has a shroom. Like, there's no way. So, does it dare doing anything with it or not? It's just holding it. On this track, it's pretty good because it's, like I said, it's so hard to catch up. So,
very nice back spam!
And that confirmed it. Sweatyzard is indeed in first. And that green, that's red! The red head! Oh, it didn't.
No, that green shell actually looked like it just came from the heavens. Gifted from the gods, but yeah, Kiki kind of messing up the driving there. Unfortunately, going to find himself falling off. Still in a decent spot, though. Triple Streams in 5th. That is at least a first. That's a first in Sweatyzard. Oh, that fire! Oh, that could have been a very drastic. Is that a 1-3-4? It's not. It's going to be a 1-4, 8-9 bottom too. Wow. What happened with the rest? Yeah, what happened with the rest of Sweatyzard? The 1-4 kind of being the damage mitigation there. More so of an even race. I think slightly winning for Gungnir, of course, but...
Yeah, they didn't get first, unfortunately, because first gives 3 more points than every other spot. Of so like it does equalize it a bit, but definitely a winning race for Gungnir. Yeah, +10 for Gungnir.
Yeah, that I was thinking it might have been like a +4, +6. No, a +10 for Gungnir, which is definitely what they needed. Only down 26 now after the first 3 races.
And both of these tracks are tracks they can definitely keep up the momentum on, which I always like overrate maybe a bit, because like
I mean, Dolphin shoals, dude, and it looks like we are going to go there. The shock on Dolphin shoals, dude, you can't underestimate it. It can be absolutely devastating.
if you get the shock on the Bill strats, it's so many free spots.
Yes.
Because like you go so slow if you get shocked before the second set, it's actually crazy.
And your build just keeps on going and going, doesn't even show any signs of stopping as, whoa, we see quite a lot of blood being spilled at the start.
Yeah, but the DK has a shroom. Do we know what team the DK plays for? That is the
well, that answers your question.
And he's in a really good spot, or they are in a really good spot, that's 11
Oh, that bomb!
Excellent bomb flagging.
Again! I really do wonder, is that now 2 for 2 for bombs from Zeef on Jati Pietro? If it is, then Jati Pietro's going to get his revenge, but Zeef is going to take Jati Pietro down with him. Fast now holding a boomerang in 6th. I'm starting to think there could be a chunk of Sweatyzard in the back as a blue is being thrown.
Yeah, and we don't really see a lot of dodges yet, but we see some Waluigi being far in the back, and is that a top 2 for Sweatyzard?
Yeah, I must have been mistaken there. We did see a Gungnir member up here, but they were taken out by Benny, and that actually I think is a top 3, maybe even a top 4 for Sweatyzard right now. So if you're Sweatyzard, you're in a pretty good spot, but as I said, you've got to watch out for that shock, because if a shock does come out, and Gungnir all dodge the shocks with Bill, stars, the like, then it's going to completely flip this race on its head, as we do see a few builds being activated now. Jati Pietro, triple greens and a bomb of his own now in 5th.
But the shock must happen now.
Yes. Oh
and
no!
It's not. Oh, that's unfortunate for Jati Pietro. This race is basically not salvageable at this point, so it's probably gonna end up with the blue though. And I think Sweatyzard is still first, so yeah, that's the last place for Jati Pietro. Oh, and the bomb as well!
That's
nothing going right for
dude, talking about kicking a man whilst he's down, that is so unfortunate. It's going to be a dead last for Jati Pietro. Only the singular point, but the rest of his team, 3, 4, 6.
Gungnir took top 2 somehow.
They did.
I did not see that coming.
And I guess, unfortunately, we'll never see how it happened. But good job from Gungnir for managing to infiltrate those all important top spots for those extra points. Most certainly going to be a winning race for them. A +12, and now all of a sudden Gungnir are right in it, only down by 14.
Yeah, they definitely turned around the momentum, and that's what I meant. Like, Dolphin shoals, if there's no shock, it's definitely a track where you can keep up the momentum if you have like a group that's mostly in the front. So yeah, good job for them, even though Sweatyzard kind of had a big lead for a while, but they managed to take him out, so... Oh, and you see Bone Dry. This used to be like the French classic track back in Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. I mean, like...
I would argue, I'd argue that it still is, to be honest.
Yeah, it kinda is, but like back in the day, like only the French team seemed to be picking this track, and I think it's a fantastic track compared to Mario Kart. Personally, it's like it's easy to catch up and it's easy to front run, but you need to know the track, because you could easily lose a couple of seconds if you don't know the track. Oh,
whoa!
What happened there? 1 or 2 people died.
Well, I mean, I don't even know. All I know is that there are now 2 more people in the back. So it's going to be Zeke, Banana in first. Oh, hang on. Did Zeke just get rid of? I think he did.
And then, did Benny have an item in second?
I do think all of a sudden that's actually a top. Is that? No, only a top 2. That may. I think it was a top 3, but.
Yeah, I think someone got taken out.
Yeah, with a. I did see a bomb exploding. But yeah, Zeep at the end of that lap 1 getting a bit greedy, trying to back his banana, trying to get something else. Didn't work out for him, so now Sweatyzard are going to be holding top 2. And I mean, if they can just hold this top 2, that's already 27 points. As Loic is going to third.
Do not forget to shock though, and can we get the other point of view real quick, dear guest? Thank you very much. Kiki in 7th, and if see Gungnir being 5-6, getting some reds on them, that's really good.
Yeah, these reds might not be 5-6 anymore. I say that Loic with fire, Sarata billing up. So if there is a shock, I feel like it either would have been used or Sarata would have held his bill.
I have a feeling Sweatyzard is maybe almost bottom 3 at this point, so they're maybe catching up. But the bill is so hard to handle on this section.
I mean, you think Janti Pietro being taken out now only in 7th, so if that might actually only be close to a first place for the side.
Oh, shot.
All these items are going to do a lot of damage. Oh, a very unfortunate team kill there. I don't think he was quite paying attention to who that was, though. That green not going to connect.
I think that was a pretty even race. Super even race, actually.
Wow.
Every other spot, almost.
Yeah, almost a checkerboard. Yeah, almost a checkerboard. Going to be I think you see Janti Pietro just missing that screenshot, so he's going to have to save a clip of that. I think he'll be fine. But yeah, surprisingly even race.
And have you had no shocks yet?
Wow, now that you mention that, I don't think we have.
That's crazy. Like, they usually happen by this point, especially considering the tracks we've had, which have been very good shock tracks. Or at least some of them. And talking about shock tracks, Sunshine Airport. The track that's really good for front runs, aside from when it's not. AKA even shocks.
Sunshine Airport it's a weird one, because if there's no shock, it's straight up one of the best runners in the game. There's pretty much no off-road to cut off apart from the obvious shortcut, the middle of the track. But if a shock is in play and everyone's over the glider, it just kind of spells doom, really, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. And you see Benny trailing, even though Janti Pietro is third. That's a slight miscommunication, but it seemed like they're spacing well. And luckily for Sweatyzard, Janti Pietro had a shoot, so he can shoot up the first since he had no protection.
That red, I think it's a lag red. It's going to be trailing Rivers in second for a hot minute, I think. But yeah, this track is pretty good for if you have top spots and also a few middle spots as well, because if first can hold on to their top spots. Whoa, what happened there?
What happened there, indeed? I'm getting comboed and suddenly went from first to last. But we see Kiki in third, and Sweatyzard still has first seat or set day in second. Kinda cool way to do the cut, I guess.
Yeah,
try to get them back.
All these greens, got to watch out for these greens. Very, very close, but Kiki just about fighting to see another day. Got to watch out for that banana. No box. Zeef also doing it the same, minding that banana, just completely avoiding the double. If Zeef can take out first place here, then that could do wonders.
Yeah, or Kiki, like honestly, taking out Kiki in this position is really good, because then you can start chaining reds in first place, especially if Gungnir has fourth, which we... Oh, nice back! And 2-3 for Gungnir. Does he have a protection? I seem so. And this is looking like pretty okay for Gungnir now, taking out another Sweatyzard player with that red. And this trail is Massive
wow,
pressure.
we did just see someone get taken off the glider in first or second. So if that is Blackdown who has just been taken out, it's not, it's Zeef. Zeef has been taken out, so oh, hang on. There may have been another... I literally think the spots are changing
I think this is
constantly.
super good for Gungnir, but I'm not totally sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 2, 4, 7, 9, 10 for Gungnir. Really good comeback race, and now we're almost tied up again.
Yeah. Both Zeef getting trailed off the glider in second, but Blackdown being punished for it on the last corner, so not quite getting first for his team, Sweatyzard there. Still getting third. Gungnir, unfortunately for them, though, going to be finishing in that top 2. So it's going to be a plus 16 for Gungnir, and yeah, they've done a pretty
2-point
damn good job.
differential.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of bringing this back. Now it's only 2 points as we are going into the second half of this war now.
Yeah, and we see pretty obvious track picks. We see Twisted Mansion for Sweatyzard since Gungnir is top 2. And Sweatyzard has a decent amount of mid spots, and we see Hyrule Castle happening. I'm so mixed on this track. It's such a good front run track, but there's so much track you can cut off with shrooms as well. But I feel like you're already too far behind if you're getting those shrooms.
I mean, I think where shrooms are the best on this track is probably just in the first section, as you know that they can see where around the boxes are. Because whilst you can take that shortcut at the end, you can just do it shroomless anyway. So even if you do
Oh,
use a
yeah.
shroom over there, you're not going to be saving all that much time.
Getting pushed into the off-road, that's really unfortunate on this track because it's really run heavy. Like, it's so hard to catch up on this as well. So, and we see bottom 3 for Sweatyzard. Hopefully for them they can get some truth stuff to catch up. Or maybe Jati Pietro can get some items to kill the opponents, but he gets hit by a boomerang. And I think this is really good for Gungnir right now.
As we see more fire being thrown up. Sorata is back here, so is Winter, but that's going to be no box for Jati Pietro, which kind of sucks for him.
Especially in this position, because that could be shock position compared to first.
You never know. Oh, Kiki. I mean,
that's lucky. That's so lucky.
Yeah, I think we should just we should just like
Ooh, that nana.
Just kind of skim over that and just pretend it never happened. Right, I imagine that is very likely a Gungnir top 2 right now. Texo holding down the fort in.
And we also see Gungnir for 5 and shouldn't.
Oh, hello, no, Blackdown actually in first, doing a good job for his team there as Kiki just smoothing his way into second with that draft. 3-4.
Yeah, drafting is so. It's a very good technique. You see it more and more the higher you up you go in the divisions. It's really like something that makes or break.
Oh, and there goes the shock.
And
Third
place. 3 artists at least.
Yeah, Texo being shocked onto the glider as we see Winter coming up, Zeef coming up.
It's either top 3 for Gungnir. Oh wait, we see a lot of Sweatyzard, but the pack is super tight now. Who is gonna die? So, 2 people got hit. And this is Stephen first. 2, 3 for Sweatyzard though. If they can keep this spot,
we got a party going on. We got a party going on in this last section of the map. Unfortunately, that's going to be Jati getting last, that DK. And that's going to be a 1-4-6-7, 10-11 for Gungnir. So a good shock. Could have done a little bit more damage, I think. But yeah, I think on the other hand, pretty good damage mitigation from Sweatyzard X there. Could have been a lot worse. Good job for keeping 2-3.
Yeah, sadly for Gungnir, they could only get 2 people on the glider with that shock, so it didn't help.
Only one, actually.
Much. Oh, was it only? Yeah.
It was only one because the other person who got on was on the side of Sweatyzard.
That is true. And they were kind of far behind, so that's why they didn't. That's why they weren't able to take more spots, unfortunately for them. But it's actually tied. Oh, let's go. Sweet Sweet is I love Sweet Sweet. It's just so happy.
It is a rather pleasant track. You can't really go wrong with it. We all love a little bit of sweets, or should I say candy for you American folks watching. Do you like gingerbread, Dragmirejr? I love gingerbread.
I love gingerbread. It's definitely one of my favorites, especially
Mm.
Dad's homemade gingerbreads.
Homemade gingerbread. Ooh. I'm actually
But
kind
is
of, dude.
he Gungnir top 2? Top 3?
Top, yeah, at least top 2, as Kiki is trying to do his best to keep up with them. Using a shroom in 4th. A green, this could do some damage. Green goes up. It's gonna ricochet off some walls and hit Sarata. No, not quite nearly. Looked like it for a second, but Gungnir is still gonna hold top 2.
Oh, that Kiki should have gotten a different box there because they definitely saw Gungnir going for them. But we have Jati in 2nd now. Oh, and an excellent banana snipe by Gungnir.
Mm.
And triple greens in 1st, that's something you really want to see. Letting his teammate pass so he can protect him, really good team play.
Yeah, that Janti, yeah, good team play there, but I do also want to point out Janti did hit someone else with the green shells, and I don't know who, but either way, it's a top 3 now for Sweatyzard. As these reds are being thrown to scratch. He's going to get taken out. Wow, no defense. And that's going to be a shock and a blue. Shock and blue.
It's definitely happening in the cannon. The question is, will Gungnir use this R? Oh, they will. And there's a bell.
The dodges get activated, and I don't think they could do it. The spots were too mixed, and so as a result, they're going to wait until maybe after the boxes, or maybe even till the... Yeah, there you go.
Or right
the
now.
Boxes.
And no item for Jati. That's
that is unfortunate. A couple of Sweatyzard dodging. The blue shell also being thrown by Kiki in last. That's going to connect with Sweatyzard.
This could be a oh no, shrooms or Jati. But killing one from each team, I think, with that horn. Oh, that's our...
That's not a good race for Sweatyzard, I don't think. That's a bottom 3.
That's a bottom 3. No.
Oh no,
Winter.
Okay.
So that's a pretty even race. This war keeps on giving and giving.
Sweatyzard could have played that better, I think. They didn't want to. Yeah, they didn't want to use their shock in the cannon, which I understand that because the spots were way too mixed. But I mean, ultimately, even if say you TS 3 of your team and then 3 of the enemy team, you're gonna. I imagine, because you've got the shock, you're going to have more dodges than the enemy team. So if anything, I think it's going to help you more. But yeah, they decided to opt for the safe play. Just I think chaining into boxes. The shock was used to get the top into the boxes, but the blue shell being thrown as well, also connecting with Sweatyzard. That was kind of a miscommunication. So I wouldn't be surprised if a member of Sweatyzard dodged the shock, got into 1st, but the blue was already in the air. So
I think the blue was a bigger misplay than the shock. I think the shock was fine, but the blue hit Sweatyzard, and because of that, Kiki didn't get as good as a box that they could have gotten in the last set, which could have been a shroom. So yeah, I think the blue was kind of scary. And don't planes 3. Those manners are gonna be really, really annoying to deal with in the next couple of laps.
Yeah, unless they get cleared by some greens or some stars or the such. Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting, I think, going into the next few laps. Currently a top 3 at least, though, for Sweatyzard. As Fast is going to get taken out on the side of Gungnir, that's going to be a top 4, I imagine, right now for Sweatyzard. I think Gungnir are going to need a shock here.
And we see Nana still there. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Jati Pietro, but kills someone. I don't know. Oh, it was a Gungnir member. So that's that's good for Jati Pietro.
We see people stopping. Is that sign?
And we see a lot of dodges, but I don't think there's a shock.
I don't know. It's hard. I think we see 3 builds in play right now. Star triple shroom is kind of a nice pull.
This is a really good star. I would have liked to see the Nisk there instead of using the star, so we could have saved the star for later, because that would actually be so huge if there is a shock, but I don't think there is. So the play is
that a red shell?
Oh, that red shell.
That red, it's gonna cost him
1 spot, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Just the one spot it costed him. Sweatyzard keeping top two 5, 7, 8. In fact, the last does kind of suck, but yeah, Gungnir not getting the shock there. They couldn't really do an awful amount. Good job for them managing to find themselves in, what was it, 3, 4, 6? Yes. But yeah, with Sweatyzard keeping the top two, it's going to be a winning race.
Oh, and Squidz is back.
Yes, I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's going to be a winning race for Sweatyzard. So it's still relatively close. 14 points. Sweatyzard have still not lost the lead since, since race 1.
Yeah, that's actually true, but it was tied up at one point, but they have not lost this lead, and they're slowly erasing the lead again. So we'll see. Excitebike would be really exciting right now. No pun intended. Definitely. Because then you would mix up the spots again, and everything can happen on this track. So yeah, let's see. I'm excited.
This track, I do believe I may have said something similar on the last cast last week, but this track, I think at the start of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's lifespan, you just never really saw it. But then it became fairly common in the Japanese community, and so all of a sudden it's just like a plague. It's just kind of like it's just shifted, and now just everyone picks it. And so I mean, it is more kind of a bagging track. It's weird, right? Because obviously the only shortcuts there are on this track is, well, the only two corners, obviously, where you can cut off. But shocks on this track are pretty powerful, surprisingly powerful. I think more powerful than more people would expect. So
Yeah,
that's
because
you
you lose a lot of time because you can't do proper ramp strats when you're small. So the shock is, and if you use a shock to force people to go wide instead of taking the cut, they actually lose so much time.
Yes.
But as far as this race, we don't really know much. Both of our streamers are 7-8 right now. We see a lot of Sweatyzard in mid spots, but we also see some Gungnir. So I don't really have oh, that bomb is gonna take out no one? Crazy.
Yeah, good reactions from whoever that was in the start in the 7th to activate that star just in time. We do see Jati Pietro is holding onto his star for a while. He's going to use it here, I imagine. Indeed, he is. Is a shock going to come into play? I don't think so. I do believe the pack is a little bit too tight as the bomb goes up. Goodbye, Winter. Goodbye, Far.
Really good bomb by Jati Pietro. And we see Sweatyzard. Oh no, that's the top 3 for Gungnir, isn't it? Ooh, I think that's a comeback race.
Ooh, we may have a war. Indeed, we do. Top 4, 6, 9.
Is that
for
the lead
Gungnir?
for Gungnir?
Yes,
for the first time?
Most definitely. Without a question, that Gungnir is going to take the lead of this war for the first time this match, and very comfortably a plus 32 there. So now they've actually, not only do they have the lead, but they have a comfortable one. And all of a sudden, Sweatyzard are down by 18 with only 2 races left.
Yeah, that's crazy. And like, it was kind of a commentator's curse moment because, like, you were saying, hey, Sweatyzard have not been behind the whole war. And what happens after the next race? We got Sweatyzard 18 points behind. Picking Cheeseland, very obvious, like catch-up track. But if Gungnir can get this RMP pick, it's gonna be super rough for Sweatyzard. And we get Cheeseland. Okay.
Yes, kind of a saving grace there. This could straight up be one of the most important track picks of the entire war.
For sure.
Shout outs to Texo, currently on 102 points after 10, already breaking the 100-point barrier. Still 2 races to go, so he is most definitely doing what he needs to do for his team.
And let's see how many baggers we get from each team.
Too many.
I mean,
too many.
Yeah, I do agree. I do feel like a 2-1-3 system is very good on this track personally, but yeah, I haven't tested it too much.
Now, I do wonder where Kiki is, if we could just quickly swap POVs. Is Kiki running, or is Kiki bagging? Oh, Kiki's behind. Or we'll have to. We can. I mean, we can okay, yeah. You just swap back. Do this over. Swap back. Yeah. So we do have both Jati, Pietro, and Kiki bagging. That's going to be a blue shell being held and then eventually thrown by Winter. No signs of a shock just yet.
It's only lap 1, and we see bottom 2.
Winter holding his star.
That may be a sign. Or this is a really good start spot, so I wouldn't be surprised if Winter was just saving it.
You never know, dude. You never know. I think it is likely, but you've always got to, you've always got to take it into account.
Missing the double. Oh, that build is super good.
I think him missing that double is going to hurt him more than he realizes, because if he had like a golden or something behind that build, that would be huge. Granted, he could just pull one anyway.
Yeah, like that was not a big deal.
Not bad. Okay, a star. Kiki's triple reds, classic 8th place box pull.
And backs them. And we see 2 people in builds. No one else. Oh, one more dodge. I don't think there's a shock, honestly.
You don't?
I don't.
Commentator's curse. Come on, let's see it. There we go. Yes.
There you go.
It was bound to happen, I think. Cheese land without a shock, you rarely see it. And Jati, Pietro, and Winter going to be gifted some free spots here. Kind of hard to tell.
But first place for Gungnir is gonna save them almost on their own. Thinking about the total for the war.
It's entirely. If that was a Gungnir shock, this could entirely just be the war.
For sure.
Wow, almost checkerboard. Very almost checkerboard. That's going to be a winning race for Gungnir.
For sure. That's like a plus 10 race-ish. So,
around that, yes.
So Sweatyzard almost need like a top 6 now at this point.
I mean, close to it, yeah. A winning race for Gungnir with Sweatyzard X getting bottom 2, unfortunately for them, and Gungnir, obviously. Winter keeping first up, dodging that shock. That's going to be a... You know what? You were exactly right, Dragmirejr. Plus 10 on the side of Gungnir. So, yeah, 28 points is now the differential between Sweatyzard X and Gungnir going into this last race.
So, do you think Sweatyzard could come back from this?
Well, I mean, this is actually a very interesting strategy from the side of Gungnir, because it may look like they're BMing because, no one wants to play Baby Park, which is not going to pick, but it is a very valid strategy. I know our team, Seoul, in Division 1 have already played, we've already pulled that exact same card going into race 12, having like a plus 20 lead. And so we just opt to go for Baby Park, because Baby Park, not only does everyone hate it, but it's such an inconsistent track, and like it's so chaotic, it's so hard to get a huge race on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've definitely used that strategy myself in wars, just like, hey, maybe we should just Baby Park, we're up 30. Like, there's no way anyone is getting a top 6 on this track.
Yeah, because like, even if a shock is pulled on Baby Park, which you don't see very often because of how short the track is, it's very, very highly unlikely that the opposing team don't have at least 1, maybe 2 dodges. So.
And not getting hit by those bananas there, I'm kind of surprised, but it was really good driving around lag there, so I'm happy Auntie didn't get hit there. And we see large. I mean, Sweatyzard need the shock basically, no matter how you look at it.
Ooh. Those greens were a little bit sus. Thought they could have connected with Kiki there, but yes, good control on the side of Jati, Pietro there, taking out a member of Gungnir. That's going to help them. I mean, because it's looking like Gungnir may have still a few top spots here. That's going to be Sweatyzard in first, though, as we see Texo throwing a red.
That's indeed the case, and we see Kiki's point of view being updated, and we see Sweatyzard top 2 at the moment.
Top 3 make that with Black Dragon. Not Black Dragon, Black Down, I think. Excuse me.
So maybe this is doable. That'd be so exciting if that happened. But
Ooh.
let's see.
I
It
mean,
seems like a well,
it is entirely possible. There's a lot of Sweatyzard up here. Good pulls from the Janti Pietro. Quad Shrooms in 6th, going to be able to cut off all this off-road. If Sorata can get taken
oh,
out, that can be
I think
huge.
that's
But
over. I think
instead
that's
it's
over.
going to be Janti Pietro getting taken out. And whilst this is a good race from Sweatyzard, is it enough? I don't think it is.
I'm fairly sure it's not. You also see Benny getting 10th, so I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
not going to be
over.
enough. No.
But a very nice effort by Sweatyzard. They kept it up for most of the war, but sadly they couldn't keep it up until the very
Oh.
end.
That that room was closed very, very early. I'm not sure if that's a slight sign of salt. I don't know. But
I
yeah,
mean, I'd be
unfortunate.
pretty salty in that situation.
Yeah. It was unfortunate. It looked like Sweatyzard was holding holding that lead pretty damn well for the entirety of that match. It really was that -32, which was uh, the deal breaker, the killing killing blow, killing
Killing
blow,
bro.
the killing blow that war with the -32. So that it's unfortunate, but it
Yeah, but
happens. And you know,
Gungnir did really well to come back though. Like
they did,
getting
yes.
2 races like that from the very beginning of the war, it really takes some mentality to come back from that because it's really easy for some people to be like, they're getting so good items, blah blah blah. And when salt just starts like building up, it's easy for it to stay. So yeah, really well effort by going there to actually come back from that because I know it's rough.
Yeah, it does suck. But Sweaties are they're still in a decent. I mean, hang on, I've got to try and Sweatyzard, they went against Fatal Aces, didn't they? Oh, actually, no, Sweatyzard went 0-2 this week. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because now, going into this week being 4-0-2, they're now 4-0-4, which it's not bad, but it does make things a lot more interesting now. Because they're going to be battling with Fatal Aces, hell, maybe even JPP for the top spot in Conference B, and if they don't get it, with a record of currently being 4-0-4, whilst making a wild card, what making a wild card spot is not impossible. It's and they're still looking okay.
What
It's definitely put a spanner in the works, and yeah, we'll have to see if they can come back from
And
this
the
unfortunate
interesting
week.
part about Conference B in D4 is the fact that Fatal Aces actually just didn't play 2 matches.
Oh,
They did
was
not
there a reschedule?
play. Like if you look at the fixtures, they didn't play. They lost 0-150
Oh, they
for week 3,
forfeited.
so
I
they forfeited
see.
both matches that week. So yeah, them playing, uh, they made it stronger than it looks on the table.
That is interesting. Might make things seem even worse actually if you're Sweatyzard. I don't know. Sweatyzard, they're still in it. We'll have to see
Yeah,
if they
but
can.
Gungnir is in a really good spot now, though. They're at
Yes.
least 503, maybe 602 if they won
Hmm.
the previous match today. And yeah, different seems. How did they do today? I didn't prepare that. Oh, they
Eh,
won against EY, and
yes.
the other match is not here. So yeah,
Okay. Well, I mean, I think
difference
difference at this
probably
point are
winning.
kind of yeah, they're kind of guaranteed a playoff spot at least now.
Yeah, but
Being
Gungnir probably has a good like. Uh, they may be getting the wild card spot
yes,
now
at least
for
I think
sure.
so. Yes, Gungnir in a pretty good spot. And with that being said, that's going to be it today. Congratulations to Gungnir for taking a well-deserved win, I would say. Commiserations to Fatal Aces, not Fatal Aces, Sweatyzard, Sweatyzard X. Dude, it's been a long day. Yes, we'll have to see if they can do well. And that's going to be it. So thank you very much, fellas, for watching. I don't believe we actually have anything to shout out. I will myself very quickly um, go over the MK Central Summit and the March Madness 2v2 bracket that have both been announced in the past few days. So if you are interested in playing a Mogi style format for a 3v3 in the style of MK Central Summit, or if you are just straight up interested in playing a raw 2v2, just no bots, no Mogi, no nothing, then make sure to sign up for those events, both taking place actually on the same day, now that I think about it. Wow. I didn't even notice
Yeah,
that.
activity being sky high. Like to see it.
So if you're interested, make sure to head over to either the Mario Kart Central Discord and check out the announcements channel, or just simply go over to the Mario Kart Central website. Find yourself a team or teammates to sign up with. And yes, with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. It's been a pleasure casting with you, Dragmirejr.
Oh, it's been amazing. It will, and such a good match as well. I love when we get good matches on stream.
Yeah. It's always nice, and of course, shout outs to Marlon for stream hosting again this week. We love you, man. Behind the scenes action.
We love
So yeah,
Marlon.
that's gonna be it. See you guys next week for some more MKU Primetime, and yeah, that's gonna. I think that's it.
Yeah, see you next.